Okay, let's continue on and do a few more problems that you worked on in your group. You have a 40% off coupon for a TV. If you pay $309 at the register, what was the original cost of the TV? Okay, let's look at this. If I have 40% off, then that means that my percent of is equal to 100% minus 40%, which is 60%. So I know that that becomes 60% of 40% less than means I take 100 minus 40. So that is of the original cost is your cost. Okay, so we have our 60%, which I turn into a decimal, 0.60 of the original cost. We don't know that. That's what they want to know. What was the original cost? Your cost is $309. Okay. I have a number multiplied times the variable to get rid of that. The inverse of multiplication is division, so I divide by 0.60. That tells me that x is 309 divided by 0.60, which means x is $515. Okay, once again, you're paying 60%, 50% of this would be roughly $252 or something like that. You pay $309, it's a little bit more than that. 60% is a little bit more than 50%. Okay, you and your friends have a total. This one threw a lot of us, so I want you to really pay attention to this one. You and some friends have a total of $48 to spend on dinner and tip. What is the maximum amount of the what is the maximum amount the dinner can be so that you still have enough money for a 20% tip? Okay, so we know that the tip is based on the cost of dinner tip plus the cost of dinner. This is your $48. You have enough money to spend on the tip plus the cost of the dinner. Now, I know you're really tempted to want to take 20% of this and subtract it, but that's not how it works. Because you have to find a percent of the cost of dinner. Okay. Well, if you want to leave a 20% tip, that means this is going to be the cost of dinner plus the cost of the tip, which is 100% plus 20%. So that is 120% of the cost of dinner is the cost of dinner plus the tip. Okay, so here I go. 1.20 times x, what is the maximum amount of the dinner, is the total cost of the dinner plus the tip. Divide by 1.20, divide by 1.20 in order to get that x by itself. So that means x is equal to 48 divided by 1.20, which tells me the cost of dinner is $40. Now, it's not much of a difference. If you do it the other way, it ends up being $38.40, I think. Okay. But if you do that, that means you're calculating tip on tip. And this is probably the most challenging type of problem that we have. Okay. All right, then the last part of this, we just wanted you to fill in the blanks. The area of Norway is 24% more than. To turn that into of, we take 100% plus 24%, and that gives us 124%. Norway's area then is 1.24 times. It's just that percent as a decimal. The price for generic medication is 9.4% less than. To turn that into of, then I just take 100% minus 9.4%, which gives me 90.6. Turn that into a decimal, move it 2 places to the left, and I get 0.906 times the price. A store is having a 60% off sale. Therefore, the price of the item is how many times? Okay, well, I may have to do this in steps. Okay, 60% off, that means less than. So the sales price is 100% minus 60%, which is 40%. If I times means I convert that to a decimal, so it's 0.40. When you buy a TV, you pay 8% sales tax in addition to the price of the TV. So in addition to is the same thing as more than. So I'm going to end up with 100% plus the 8%, which is 108%, so you pay 1.08 times the amount. Okay, that is it for part 2 of 3A.